Hello again, folks. Welcome all. I'm your host, Alex, and we're back with some more Zenless Zone Zero for the 81st video, time, stream, whatever you want to call it, in a row. Somewhat row. There were a couple of times where I took a break from the game, but anyway, who's counting? I'm being semantics here. Anyway, last time we played the game, we ended up getting roped into a whole bunch of side quests, including a guy looking for his best friend at Port Elpis, who we thought was a ghost at first, until it turned out he was just pretending to be that guy to get to the bottom of the mystery. And we hung out with, and we went on a misadventure of sorts with Venus and Kami North, who also showed up in taking part in the fun. And before that, we were also doing another thing relating to another character, and I completely forget what it was all about. It involved... Oh, right, we were meeting Astra and Evelyn for the first time. Like, officially. Like, not jumping ahead in the story when I probably didn't even need to. It was just outright, like, hey, sort of thing. And originally I planned to do the agent story for Harumasa, but that, of course, ended up getting put on the back burner as a result of that, so I intend to do that this time. But before I do, I have to head to the video store, and because I have to head to the video store in order to do the little movie dates with Burnice and Lucy, also... this updated, so I gotta do that. And I didn't want to I went and got a whole bunch of this out of the way, but I didn't want to go to the video store without triggering the Lucy and Burnice stuff by accident without knowing, so I held off on that. In the meantime, let's say hi to Kaleda and get this over with, since she's literally right here. Getting drawn into a conversation by people near the pharmacy. You see Kaleda nearby. Is my voice still going? Yes, it is. Good. I think my cat got a hold of my earphones earlier, so part of it was missing, so I had to go digging out the spare parts to it. It's fine. It worked out. I found better earbuds to go over the actual sound stuff, so I think they fit in my ears better than they ever did. Was too lazy to switch. Hey, Proxy, are you here to shop for groceries too? Recently noticed Ben's been secretly replenishing all my essentials. This time I want to do it for myself. Looking for a new conditioner? Are you interested in a conditioner? You mean this mom sent one? Let me give it a try. I have too much hair and it gets all frizzy if I don't use conditioner. What an enviable hair volume. What a luxurious problem to have. Yeah, Ben said pretty much the same. Ben's been losing a lot more hair lately. If possible, I'd like to donate some of my hair to him. Either he's losing hair from stress, aphodasia, I believe it's called, or he's just shedding off his seasonal coat. Who knows? Talked with Kaleda about her hair care. Kaleda unexpectedly reveals she pays a lot of attention to personal care. President's just an ordinary girl. That's what Anton said last time. I'm a little confused by what he meant. To be honest, I don't think Anton understands women at all that well. And Corin's here. It's probably... it's the one with the bag. Okay, we did that one. Yet again. Alright, so let's head to the video store. Okay, so they don't just start talking immediately when I show up. I forgot about that. Anyway. Hatsuchi says, ravioli, love my tiny red-haired lolly. I can't disagree, especially since she's a lolly with a rocket-powered hammer and wrench that can kick your ass, too. Okay, so we got the Burnice one and we got the Lucy one. So let's go ahead and get her done, both of them done, so that way I can get I can go and do the Harumasa agent story. So okay, I'll do Lucy and save Burnice best for last. Although I like Lucy too.
On leave yesterday, Caesar and Burnice placed a bet. I can't stand it. What were they betting on? Why is there a hole in the TV?
Good question.
Wow. Sounds rough.
Oh, I wanted to take this tape back to watch.
It looks like you're in a bit of a pickle. If you don't mind, you could just watch it here in the video store.
Yes.
If I'm not in the way. Thanks so much.
Double yes. You and Lucy watched Chakarls. I thought it was Chakaris. Maybe I've been saying it wrong. Either that or the localizers misspelled everything again. Together at the video store, Lucy's expression seems to carry a hint of nostalgia.
That Bang Boo in the movie? I wonder what it's like today.
Aww.
Did you watch Trey Carls when you were little, Lucy?
Okay, so it is Trey Carls, and I've been misspelling it the whole time. Okay.
That's not surprising, right? It's a long-running series, practically a shared memory for this generation of new Eridu kids. When I was a kid, I thought the storyline was silly and made no sense. How could there be such a foolish dad who would rather neglect his company's project to go and watch over his kid at a summer camp? And my friends? If those socialites my age from the charity parties even count as friends, I could never imagine joyriding with them around the outskirts of the city.
I mean, you're kind of doing that right now, you know?
If you want to go for a joyride, Belle says I'm a pretty good driver.
I don't want to be like that stupid Bang Boo and Trey Carls, nodding along and singing goofy old songs in your car.
That depends on what songs we're talking about. I got heavy metal, a couple of video game and anime soundtracks. How does Motorhead sound? Or Primal Fear?
If we're going for a drive, we're doing it on my bike.
I like her spirit. Yay, Lucy can promote my store, and I should have waited to do that instead of having Nicole do it. But whatever. I wonder if Caesar has watched this movie. Okay, now for Burnice.
Chilled nitro fuel would be the perfect match for this movie. Suddenly I feel like drinking some. Can I watch my videotape here before I go?
Of course. No dialogue options, right?
Sure, but I don't think we have any nitro fuel.
Let's go, I brought my own.
Where'd you just pull that nitro fuel from? Hang on, I have to know where you were hiding that.
Why, between her very bodacious rack, of course. Where else?
Does that really matter? Don't underestimate the fuel expert of the Sons of Calydon.
Either that or under her skirt, attached to her big white ass. Who knows? I mean, it works for Vivian. She's got rocket jets strapped under that skirt of hers. You watch Black Tales with Burnice at the video store. Burnice laughs and cries, but it's really hard to understand what exactly is generating those responses.
Oh, I love that movie. Everyone else in the world turned into paper but me. Don't you think that'd be super interesting? Now that's a world I'd like to live in.
Only in your own mind, Burnice.
I'd bring my fuel and flamethrower, of course, so I could play with everyone.
Oh god, she'd be like the pyro in Team Fortress 2. Everyone would be running for their lives. I mean, she basically is the pyro from Team Fortress 2, only prettier.
Play what exactly?
You wanna know? Then come with me. Just me and you.
Yes, please. Burnice seems totally caught up in the movie. It looks like she's really into it. Mayhaps too into it. Then again, I'm high-functioning autism. I go into movie land all the time, so what do I know?
The problem with the outer ring is that there aren't enough things to burn. That's the only thing I like about New Eridu. I might start coming to New Eridu more often. Mind if I come by and hang out now and then?
Anytime, honey. As long as you don't try anything illegal. What kind of answer is that? Okay. Looks like... Let me see. There's... I'm going to assume... The choice is obvious, right? Okay, it doesn't matter, but I'm gonna... Obviously, I'm gonna choose the very welcoming one, because, hello, I like Burnice, and two, as long as you don't try anything illegal. Yeah, Burnice is a lot of things, but stupid is not one of them.
Sure. I'll make sure to find some time.
Okay, it's a deal then. Come on, let's down this nitro fuel to toast our friendship.
Amen, sister. Burnice can now promote the video store. Holy crap, they're both in here. Anyone thinking not safe for work thoughts that I'm thinking? Cause, Lucy's here. Burnice is here. The bed is there. Also the gaming setup right there. Anyway, use your imagination. Okay. Now, oh wait a minute. I talked to Lucy first. What does Burnice have anything to say? Whole world turning into paper versus only me turning into paper. Both sound interesting. Only to you, girl. Only to you. But I won't rain on your parade. Okay. So that's it for the video dates with those two. Now, okay, did chat update at all? Not really, but that's fine. Okay, so I think the agent stories are not really affected by the meals that much, if at all, but just to be on the safe side.
Are the freshest in the morning. Come, have a bowl of noodles. Thank you for your patronage. Please come again.
Okay, so Harumasa Asaba's story, agent story is the next unlockable one. So let's go and finally do it and put it to bed. Mole and hole. A name written in water. So that's it, huh? For whatever reason, it's not highlighted in with the red mark like it would be anything else, which is kind of weird. Ellen Joe, I know I did. Lighter, I definitely did. So, okay. Apparently, Harumasa's backstory is pretty screwed up. So, it's already, and I'm already seeing hints of it being pretty screwed up because of all the, well, him in a straitjacket with a lot of wires attached to his back and some drugs. Something screwy's going to be involved with this, isn't there? Anyway, oh, look at that. Ether recommendation. Last I checked, he was an electric character. How does that work? I don't know, whatever. One morning, inside the HSO Section 6 office.
Chief Miyabi! Tsukishiro! Hello! I'm so pleased to see you in such good health.
They're always in good health. It's you they're worried about.
I'm here to submit my sick leave form. Same as before. You know the drill.
3 sick days this week. Got it.
Chief, please don't go along with him. This isn't like ordering at a restaurant. Asaba, I have reminded you several times now you've already used up your leave for the year. In theory, we can't approve your requests anymore.
So he's been milking this for as long as he can, has he?
Theory is just theory. It's not like I can control this. You all know I've been sick since I was a kid, and I still get flare-ups every now and then. That's why my family abandoned me.
Huh? Didn't you say last time that you had no parents? Just a master?
Is he making up his backstory like how the Joker does?
Yeah, after my parents abandoned me, my master took me in. I passed all the tests for the HSO but got rejected because of my health. Thankfully, Chief Miyabi took pity on me.
I didn't choose you out of pity. It was simply because you were the strongest candidate.
Oh, you're too kind. What can I say? I'm a genius.
And very smug, too.
Fine. I'll figure something out for your leave. But 3 days is the absolute limit. And don't pull what you did last time, sending me a fake thermometer picture at midnight on the 3rd day, asking to extend your leave.
A correction? That wasn't fake. It was the actual reading. Though, it was my cat's temperature.
Wow.
Public security recently seized a batch of illegal pharmaceuticals. Supposedly, they can temporarily boost ether aptitude. This is a highly important case and could be transferred to us soon. When that happens, you won't have the flexibility to take any more time off.
Drugs that can boost ether aptitude? Where were they seized?
Oh, that got his attention, did it?
In the hollow at Port Elpis. This is new. Are you actually interested in the case?
Oh, please. You know I'd never be interested in work. But a drug like that sounds perfect for slacking off. Wouldn't it be useful on missions? Why was it banned?
Because it's too good to be true. And even if it's real, there must be some unforeseen consequences.
That was a cool line, Yanagi.
Thanks, Chief.
I've heard of this drug before, but it was years ago. It can boost ether aptitude temporarily, but the side effects are severe. It worsens corruption symptoms, and can even cause the user to turn into an ethereal.
Those are the consequences Nagi was talking about!
In any case, seeking power like this is pure opportunism. Real strength comes from hard work, not shortcuts.
But in this world, those with real strength are always a rare minority.
Did you just say something?
Nope, nothing. I'll let you get back to approving my sick leave then. My chest is starting to hurt again. Feels like I'm dying.
Right.
Anywho, I'll get out of your hair now. See you after my leave. Take care, everyone.
Oh, this guy. He doesn't even try to fake it anymore.
He takes a leave like this every month. I bet he's just sneaking off somewhere and stuffing his face with tasty food.
Harumasa just has something he has to get done. If possible, I'd also like to.
Oh, no, you don't. Chief, we have a very important meeting tomorrow. Please make sure you attend it. And don't be late.
Oh.
Meetings. Who likes them? Nobody. Sometime later, inside the video store, there was a faint knock at the door. However, there was only one knock and it quickly went silent. Wise, was it my imagination or was that a knock on the door just now? I heard it too. Who would only knock once? But it was just one knock. That's certainly weird. They didn't collapse outside or something, did they? Should probably go check just in case.
Hey there, you two. How's it going?
Fine. What are you doing here?
I knew it was you. The only person that's too lazy to knock twice.
Knocking on the door is just another thing that wears me out. As long as I get what I need, it doesn't matter how many times I knock.
What doesn't wear you out?
More importantly, I need your help with something.
He's lazier than me. I mean, I begrudgingly own up to doing my fair share of the housework, but what's his excuse?
Actually, you're the only ones who can help me out.
What is it? Sounds pretty serious when you put it like that.
It has to do with that drug thing, doesn't it?
I need to go into the Hollow for a case, but my carrot's acting up. You're the only proxies I know that I can trust.
Ah, so we're officially working with them all chummy. Since when did you become so passionate about work?
No way. This is actually for work? Since when did you become so passionate about your job? Is there something you're not telling me?
Well, if the videotape box cover was any indication, it clearly is something very, very important. To the point that even Asaba would actually go and do it.
Ouch, that hurts. As a professional executive officer, I have always been proactive at my job, haven't I?
That depends on what you define as proactive, buddy boy.
Besides, this is an excellent opportunity for you to see me in action. I'm sure the experience will come in handy if you run into any trouble in the future.
We don't want any trouble with the executive officers. Anyway, what's this case that you're working on?
I'm trying to track down a wanted criminal who's been missing for years now. His major crime is developing an illegal drug through illicit means. This drug is beyond existing theoretical knowledge and can significantly boost the user's ether aptitude temporarily. Simply put, it's like a wonder drug you see in the movies that can deliver superhuman strength with a single injection.
That sounds really suspicious. If we were in a movie, this is the part where the protagonist asks, but at what cost?
They repeated the joke again.
Wise is right. If such a drug really does exist and is safe to use, the city would already be researching and promoting it, wouldn't they?
Yes, this drug is extremely dangerous. In theory, it should have been completely destroyed years ago, but recently some rumors have started to circulate. They're probably connected to the drug's creator, the criminal I mentioned before. And my goal is to find him.
Okay, so we're having basically Asaba's equivalent of Garrus's quest from the original Mass Effect, looking for a crooked doctor.
Of course, I'll offer you fair compensation. Dennies are meant to be spent, so just name your price.
I'll take polychromes.
You should have mentioned that sooner. Of course we'll help you. Understanding the job of an executive officer is very important. So, when do we leave?
Now, no time to lose. Meet me at Port Elpis. I'll be waiting for you there, partner.
Oh, so we're already connecting the HDD, are we? Alrighty then. Yeah, why the attribute for ether? Makes no sense. But since they insist...
I would never turn down Lord Phaethon.
Ready and waiting.
Need something? My services are expensive.
Okay, it looks like the meals do take part in these quests after all, because it showed up on the top right.
Let's search for clues in this area and see if we can find anything on this suspicious drug. Whoa! Looks like we've got a big one over there.
There goes the parasite. I really love the Port Elpis Hollow theme. Obsidian Division. Well, to think I'd find a helicopter here of all places. Though it's a shame, this big guy's out of commission and the clue I was hoping to find isn't in it. Do you like helicopters? Yes, especially if they have big old guns like this one. When I was little, I once fantasized about riding the wind. That way, as long as there was wind, I could go anywhere. As if I were born free. Actually, shouldn't I just learn how to pilot a helicopter? I thought you already knew how. You really think highly of me, as expected of my partner. You probably won't believe me, but my phone's lock pattern's always an arrow pointing to the upper right, like a plane. Though that symbol's got a few other meanings. Oops, I'm rambling. Let's keep moving. Alert. Suspicious biological signal's been detected ahead. Please remain alert. Additionally, control switch for containers been located on opposite side. Use if needed. Interesting.
A bow is so convenient at times like this. It's perfect for someone as efficient as me.
I think you mean lazy.
No, just very, well, I guess lazy, but also useful at the same time. Just making sure there's nothing else around here.
target practice. Oh my, now there's a familiar face. If someone from public security is here, I must have found the right place. Come on, let's go say hi.
It's Seth. I don't see any other boxes or anything lying around.
How do you do, my fellow officers? Great work.
That uniform. Is he an executive officer? What is he doing here? Don't tell me those guys from HSO are trying to take our credit again.
Relax. I'm not the type of person to take credit for someone else's work. Right, Junior Seth? Oh, please say hi to your brother for me.
Junior?
He and I both graduated from the same academy, just not in the same year. So, Asaba, executive officer, what are you doing here?
Oh, nothing much, really. Just a teensy little favor. I know PubSec is investigating the illegal drug case. Can I take a look at the samples you seized?
That's crucial evidence! You're definitely trying to steal our credit. This case hasn't been transferred over to HSO yet.
The drugs are connected to an important case I'm investigating. According to the Public Security Handbook, rule number... what was it again? I forget. In any case, PubSec officers are obligated to assist executive officers with their investigations inside the Hollows. In other words, you can't say no to me.
Mr. Executive Officer, it's not that we don't want to provide them. It's just that all the confiscated drugs have been sent to the evidence room, and we don't have any with us right now. Right, Seth?
Huh? That's right!
A little white lie.
Has anyone told you that you're terrible at lying? Since you aren't willing to cooperate, I guess I'll just have to take them myself.
Harumasa dashes over to Seth with incredible speed.
Such clean moves. Wait, did you just go through my pockets?
Aha! Found it.
Harumasa picks up the syringe he confiscated, quote-unquote, from Seth and carefully examines it in the sunlight. What sunlight? It's cloudy and rainy. Then, under the shocked gazes of the officers, he squeezes a few drops onto his palm before lowering his head to sniff the scent. Then he casually tosses the drug back to Seth.
This is an unfinished product. You haven't completed the potency tests, have you? The active ingredients are too minimal to increase ether aptitude. If you ask me, this isn't the real stuff. Just a cheap knockoff.
You... How did you manage to gather so much information from just a few looks and a couple of sniffs?
Because I'm an elite from Section 6. So, do you regret choosing public security when you graduated?
Hey, you really know how to piss someone off, don't you?
Oh, thanks for the compliment. By the way, I should probably mention that there's a whole bunch of ethereals over there sprinting this way. I'll leave them for our brave and skilled public security officers to handle.
Wow.
Wait, you're just gonna hide behind us like that?
I'm sure you don't need me to deal with these ethereals, right? Besides, I'm busy protecting my Bangbu here. I believe in you. Go team!
Come on. Using me as an excuse now?
Oh, you're making me sad. I genuinely wanted to protect you from the bottom of my heart.
Just ignore him. Let's fight.
After a fierce battle, public security officers defeat the swarm of ethereals. But right at that moment, a boy appears nearby, stumbling towards the group.
Help. Help me.
Uh-oh.
Young citizen, have you gotten lost in the hollow? Do you need help?
Seth's not moving his mouth at all, or showing much emotion for that matter.
They are still there. Help!
His eyes. What's happening? Is that a sign of corruption?
There's no time. I don't think he can see us. Maybe he can't hear us either.
Stay away from him!
Oh, he's gone. Yeesh.
The kid's turning into an ethereal.
But why? His corruption symptoms were pretty mild. Plus his core came out in seconds! That's impossible!
Oh no, he's gonna attack!
It's too late. This ethereal is tougher than it looks. If you don't want to fight, then get behind me, now. I'll take him down.
This guy. Why do I get the feeling it isn't your average ethereal?
You're right. But worry about yourself first. I'd rather not have to scrape you off the floor here.
Damn it! Don't underestimate me!
Out of my sight. No point running!
Ever heard the whistle of arrows in flight?
Put him out of his misery.
It's over now. Rest in peace.
What happened to him? His corruption symptoms were unlike anything we've seen in the handbook. His core appeared almost instantly. There was no chance we could have saved him.
That's because those weren't signs of corruption. They're indicators of a late-stage disease.
Ether aptitude regression syndrome. People with this condition are naturally frail, with lesions appearing on their skin. But they have a higher ether aptitude than the average person. In the late stages, their bodies will rapidly deteriorate until they gradually lose all sensory perception under severe pain. In the end, just like that kid, even the slightest contact with ether causes severe corruption. Their high ether aptitude makes this disease turn a blessing into a curse. And there's no cure yet. Long time no see, Harumasa. How have you been these past years?
Do you know each other?
We're old acquaintances. What are you doing here?
Look at you, all grown up. What happened to my little pal? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kirishima. I'm a doctor of sorts. That child who just turned into an ethereal was my patient. His condition had progressed to late stages. He couldn't take the pain anymore. So he decided to enter the Hollow and end his own life. Sorry you had to see that. Children suffering from this disease usually don't live long. I wish I'd noticed his emotional struggles sooner.
So all those strange things just now were symptoms of a disease? At any rate, public security will need to look into this. We'll have to bring you in for a statement.
No problem. I'll fully cooperate with public security's work. But first, could you please give me a moment to catch up with my dear classmate here?
Go ahead.
Classmate.
Go ahead.
Seth and the other officers step aside to start examining the evidence left by the ethereal.
I don't really see any need for us to catch up.
Come on now, I thought we'd have a lot to share. Honestly, I never imagined you'd still be... and become such an outstanding executive officer. Impressive. But you've always been a well-behaved, diligent, and hard-working kid. It looks like all your effort has paid off.
Diligent and hardworking.
Well-behaved, diligent, and hardworking. None of that sounds like the Harumasa I know.
I'll take that as a compliment. So, since when did you become a doctor? And one who takes on patients like that?
I run a sanatorium that treats patients with ether aptitude regression syndrome to make up for my past mistakes.
I'm genuinely surprised hearing those words coming from your mouth.
I may have done some bad things, but I was deceived by that man just like you were. You know that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been acquitted.
Whatever you say. What does any of this have to do with me?
If fate has reunited us here, there must be a reason. You and I, we should work together. I found some leads on him already. You've been looking for him for a while too, right? If you want, we can find him together as classmates.
You've been investigating Master.
That's right. I found a shelter that he used to hide in years ago. It was corrupted by a hollow, but there's still many clues left behind. If we work together and investigate the shelter, we might be able to follow the trail and locate where he's hiding now.
Let me think about it. By the way, Master told me that I was his only student, and you were just an assistant. We're not classmates. I was clueless as a kid, and didn't care about these things. So I'd appreciate it if you stopped acting like we're friends.
Come on, but we're indeed...
Sorry. How much longer will you need? It's not safe. We should get out of here ASAP.
We're done talking. The rest is public security's job, and I won't interfere. Goodbye, everyone.
Harumasa grabs the bamboo beside him and rushes toward the hollow exit as if he's afraid someone was going to ask him to stay and work overtime. No secrets allowed in my new Eridu. What were you guys talking about?
What were you guys talking about? I couldn't follow at all.
Sorry. That wasn't intentional. We can talk about it once we get somewhere safe.
Okay, so I'm guessing that was it for part 1.
To be honest, I was only planning to snag a few samples from the PubSec officers. Everything that happened afterwards, the kid turning into an ethereal, and Kirishima, none of that was part of the plan.
Who exactly is that guy?
What's up with that Kirishima guy? You two clearly have history, but things felt kinda off.
I have a master, and Kirishima was my master's assistant. I guess you could say we're old acquaintances. So yeah, no heartwarming, cheesy movie moments between me and him. I don't trust him.
I can tell that you two aren't very close.
Oh, and about the master thing. Cards on the table. Remember I told you the guy who made that drug is a wanted criminal who's been missing? Well, that wanted criminal is my master. His drug improves ether aptitude temporarily, but there's no way around the terrible side effects. And that's not all. He was found guilty by the Inquisitors in a trial at the time, but disappeared before facing punishment. Kirishima thinks my master fled to avoid punishment. He feels that he was deceived into participating in illegal experiments, so he wants to get back at my master for it. He even wanted me to join him.
And what about you? Do you want revenge against your master too?
Master taught me a lot of things, including archery. To me, he was like family.
So, what happened? Was he set up like what happened to Wise and Bell's own teacher? Or did he genuinely go to the dark side?
I was clueless about his research until he disappeared. I've been hoping to find him because I have a question only he can answer. I've been trying to investigate this case since I became an executive officer. There's never been any substantial evidence until the drug resurfaced recently. The sample I saw was not my master's work. It's a cheap knockoff, an unfinished product that's less effective with worse side effects.
So someone's copying it, either copying his work, or he's distributing it on the side at cheaper doses.
There. I just told you everything. Very sincere of me as a partner, don't you think? Oh, one more thing, very important. This isn't actually for work. Just my private investigation. If Chief Miyabi and the others ask you about it, can you keep it a secret for me, please?
Don't worry. Your secret is safe with me.
Thanks. You're the best partner. Oops. I didn't realize it's so late already. I'm heading out.
So, is Asaba really as sick as he makes himself look, or does he use his sick leave as a means of sneaking off so he can keep solving his own personal investigation? Unsanctioned, of course.
I'll let you know when I find any more leads.
Although it sounded like Yanagi seemed to be somewhat in the know. Okay, though I came mentally prepared, I knew dealing with an executive officer would get complicated. And Harumasa, he's definitely hiding something from us. He probably has his reasons. You've got a point. Feels like he's purposely omitting things. Anyway, it's getting late. Today's been a long day. So sleepy. Gotta hit the hay. Get some rest too, okay? Not yet. Now for number 2. Yo, right on time. This place has a good rep. Seems pretty popular, too. Do you like hot pot? Yeah, it's alright. I mean, free food is free food, right? Wait, did you ask me out here just so we can mooch off? Just so we can mooch off together? I was kidding. This is about that commission from before, of course. You've met the one treating me to this meal. When people are unusually nice for no reason, it might just be a trap. It's Kirishima, isn't it? If anything goes wrong along the way, I can only rely on you. If possible, I'd like to be buried at sea. Hey. That escalated quickly. Oh, looks like they're here. In the distance, a familiar figure appears. Harumasa's alleged senior classmate from before. 3 young people, looking a little uneasy, trail behind him. Yep, Kirishima. Hey, wait a minute. Isn't that one of my promoters right behind him in the skirt? The long skirt, the long denim skirt, and the orange hair. I can't remember her name. I forget. It's been so long. Sorry to keep you waiting, Harumasa. And this is my friend Wise. He's interested in the sanatorium you're running. He's a big shot tycoon, runs a super successful business. If you impress him, he might just invest. Guys like him love donating to good causes. That's right. Indeed a big shot tycoon. Well, I'm honored. Oh, here, let me introduce... Stop yawning, Alex, please. Let me introduce...
These kids are currently living at my sanatorium. Tsubaki, Kana, Ryosuke, say hi to everyone.
Nice to meet you. Our families left us when we got sick. We're lucky Mr. Kirishima took us in.
Yeah. Mr. Kirishima's sanatorium gives us free food, shelter, and medical care. Without him, we'd be homeless. We're all very grateful to him.
You left out the shelter part in the written dialogue.
I'm just doing my part. Ether aptitude regression syndrome is very rare. Hardly anyone understands what you're going through.
Oh, really? Last I heard, certain characteristics of this disease are pretty well known.
Anyway, since we're all here today, let's talk about happier things, shall we? My new manager friend here might not know this, but Harumasa was a real genius when he was a kid. First time he picked up a bow, he was hitting bullseyes. Just incredible.
Well, he has certainly demonstrated he knows more than he gives the impression in the past.
Really? I can't imagine.
Not just archery. This kid could learn anything with minimal guidance. Gotta envy that talent. Too bad Master turned out the way he did. The things that man did are unforgivable. That's why I want to find him with Harumasa.
Your name's Kano, right? Why are you so quiet?
She's not used to socializing due to her health. Don't mind her. Come on, no use just standing here. Let's go inside and have some hot pot.
At the table, Kirishima goes on about Harumasa's glorious past. According to him, Harumasa was a real prodigy. It's a mystery what happened to make him the guy who can't even be bothered to knock on the door twice. Not sure if Harumasa is shy or what, but every time Kirishima flatters him, he just keeps his head down, fiddling with his phone. Is he the type that gets embarrassed easily? Group chats over hot pot in a pleasant but not exactly lively atmosphere. Of course, Kirishima does most of the talking. The sanatorium kids are very shy and quiet. Throughout the conversation, Kirishima repeatedly tries to steer the topic toward their master, but Harumasa skillfully changes the subject each time until they finish eating with no chance to continue.
Got any plans next? Maybe we could find somewhere else to...
Before he can finish, a familiar security officer walks up to him.
Sorry that we're meeting again under such circumstances, Mr. Kirishima. But we've received an anonymous tip about illegal activities you may be involved with. Please, come with us.
How inopportune. For Kirishima, anyway.
Illegal activities? You must be mistaken. I have always been a law-abiding citizen.
No mistake, sir. We're here for you. You know exactly what this is about. Now come along, Mr. Kirishima. We'll get you situated with some fresh tea down at the station.
I'm afraid this isn't a good time. I have to take these kids back to the sanatorium soon. They hardly get to see the outside world, and I can't just leave them all on their own. Surely you understand.
Cooperating with public security is every law-abiding citizen's duty. Don't give our officer a hard time. Tell you what, I'll take the kids. I promise they'll get back to the sanatorium safely. Sound good?
Mr. Kirishima, shall we go?
Okay. I'll entrust the kids with you, Harumasa. But could you take them to Port Elpis? The sanatorium is nearby, and I'll send someone to pick them up.
Oh. You don't want me to visit the sanatorium? Got something to hide?
Yeah, Kirishima's up to something.
Of course not. I just don't want you to go out of your way. The sanatorium is in a remote area with a quiet environment to better help our patients. It's really hard to find without someone leading the way.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I see. Well, my super rich friend here wants to come too. Wouldn't you want a wealthy investor to see your sanatorium? Might just drop a couple $100 million dennies on it.
That's right. I'm very interested in your project, and if I like what I see, I'd happily invest $100 million.
We'd need to prepare for such an esteemed guest properly. There's still parts of the sanatorium that need work. We'll be sure to invite you once everything's ready. Isn't that right, Tsubaki?
Yes. Mr. Kirishima is right. We still have to get some things ready.
All right. I'll bring them to the port, and your staff can meet us there.
Okay, kids, stay close to Harumasa. Be good and don't cause him any trouble. Got it?
Got it.
Yeah, I'm getting bad vibes from this guy.
See you later. All right, everyone. Let's go. I'll take you to the port.
We're here. Mr. Harumasa, you drive way too fast. I feel a little... Oh, sorry, you get car sick? Want to take a break? I'm okay. Harumasa's usual smile fades as he scans the surroundings, his sharp golden eyes glinting with an unusual edge. After quickly assessing the area, he breathes a sigh of relief. Looks like your contact isn't here yet. In that case, let's go check out the ocean first. Great idea. I knew you'd be on board. Come on, ocean ahoy. Tsubaki. Wait, I don't think this is a good idea. Mr. Kirishima's gonna get mad. Yeah, Mr. Kirishima never lets us stay outside for too long since he's worried about our health. Ryosuke. You seriously care that much about what that guy thinks? Tsubaki. Relax, as long as we keep it between us, he'll never know. But I want to see the ocean. Kana, you... Come on, don't overthink it. If anything happens, I've got you covered. Just follow my lead. Yeah, I'm getting stranger danger vibes from Kirishima. It's beautiful here. Yeah, didn't expect the view from this side to be so stunning. But you live nearby, don't you? They don't. It's all cover. Yeah, of course we've been here. Just slipped my mind for a sec. Yeah, they're covering for something. Yeah, that's right. We don't get out much because of our condition. Take it easy. Now that we're here, let's make the most of it and have some fun. Yeah, even the air here feels so much fresher. Oh, over there, look, seagulls. Where? I want to see too. What's so special about seagulls? Why is it flying at me? Ha, must have heard you talking trash about it. Spend some time together enjoying the sea breeze and the beautiful scenery around you. If only things could stay like this forever. Kana's words seem to trigger something as all three of them become somber. At the same time, Harumasa seems to notice something in the distance, his expression suddenly becoming serious, but just as quickly his usual smile returns as if nothing happened. Alright everyone, I have an idea. Since the weather's so nice and we got so many people, how about we play a game, to pass the time? Let's play hide and seek. What do you say? That's a bit out of the blue. Most important thing in life is to have fun. Come on, let's play. So Wise and I will be the seekers and the three of you just have to hide. Why are we suddenly playing hide and seek? It's fun once in a while. Well, since Kana's all for it, I guess I'm in. Great. Then start hiding now, just don't go too far, alright? You turn your backs together and you can faintly hear the sound of everyone running off. Looks like you're a little confused. Did you see something just now? You've got a sharp eye yourself, I see. I saw the contact Kirishima mentioned. He's right over there. But he's got bad eyesight or something. Hasn't even noticed us. You don't want to hand them over to the contact, do you? Exactly. Something's off with these kids. They're clearly afraid of something. Kirishima brought them here for this meal, probably to convince me he's turned over a new leaf and to convince me to help him find my master. But my gut's telling me there's something fishy about that sanatorium you mentioned. What if the master is innocent, and just like with Lucius and Pompey, Kirishima is the real villain in the whole thing? I mean, he's not hiding it as weakly as Lucius. Lucius was, like, extremely obvious. But Kirishima, it's like, yeah, I'm starting to know. Like, the first time I was like, okay, interesting. And now it's like, okay, I'm seeing the implication. My gut's telling me there's something fishy about that sanatorium he mentioned. I got Kirishima out of the way during the meal so I could talk to the kids alone and see if I could get anything out of them. So you were the one who called in Pub Sick. You teamed up with Seth? It was nothing. Filled an anonymous report, all above board. And charges I listed, all true. Stuff Kirishima's done in the past. It might not be enough to put him away, but it's more than enough to make him sit through an afternoon in PubSec. Now the tricky part is these kids don't trust me either. Not surprising, given where they come from. We'll need to earn their trust first if we want to figure out what Kirishima's really up to. Of course, before that, we gotta deal with this troublesome contact. Harumasa pulled out his phone and started fiddling with it. All set, use the power of money to round up some helpers. Our dear contact's probably gonna spend the afternoon enjoying a really good nap. Is this really the kind of thing an executive officer can do? Got connections on both sides of the law, huh? Come on, don't act like you didn't already know. Besides, there's no absolute justice or evil in this world. Alright then, let's go find those kids. Okay then. There's Tsubaki, tending to a seagull. Aww. Oh no, you found me. It's been a while since I played hide-and-seek. I didn't expect it to be this fun. You hid really well. It took us a while to track you down. Really? Yep, for real. You picked a smart hiding spot. By the way, I want to ask you something. What did Kirishima say about me to you? He said you're a very important guest and we should make a good impression. Something like that. Ah, that guy sure likes to make things up. We did know each other as kids, but we've got nothing to do with each other now. He probably wants to take advantage of my position in HSO and get me to bend the rules for him, but that's not happening. I'd get fired for that. Then why are you with Mr. Kirishima? Well, the truth is, while working in the Hollows recently, I ran into a boy who'd been consumed by corruption, turning him into an ethereal. Turns out that boy was one of the patients from your sanatorium. His name was Shinya, I think. According to Kirishima's statement, Shinya couldn't bear the pain from his illness anymore and chose to take his own life by running into the Hollow, where he was eventually turned into an ethereal. Shinya wasn't what? It's nothing. By the way, I noticed you seem really concerned about that girl Kana. Is she okay? Shinya's death hit her really hard. Yeah, Shinya was acting like he was trying to warn us of something, if I recall correctly. Shinya and Kana have known each other for a long time. They grew up together. They were among the first to enter the sanatorium, so I guess they support each other through a lot. Yeah, I think he was trying to get help. That's what he was really doing. I see. That explains it. I've noticed Kana hasn't said much today. She's got me worried. She reminds me of a girl I worked with once who had emotional issues her family ignored. It only got worse and she eventually took her own life. That sounds awful. Kana wouldn't do something like that, would she? To be honest, I've studied a bit of psychology. If she's left to her own devices, it could be dangerous. Then what should we do? Please, you gotta help her. Can you tell me more about what's going on with Kana? Actually, I think she might be like that case you just mentioned, Mr. Harumasa. I know our illness makes things tough, but Kana wasn't always like this. She used to be the most optimistic person in the sanitarium. When I first got there, I almost didn't make it. It was her who got me through the roughest patch. But after what happened with Shinya, she completely changed. She's closed off, barely says a word, and won't even touch her food. No matter how much I try to cheer her up, nothing works. At this rate, her body won't hold up. She's my best friend. I just want her to be happy. So please help her. Understand. Don't worry. We'll do what we can to help. You might not believe it, but my friend here is also pretty good at comforting people. I'm not that good. Well, that's right. I love how modest you are sometimes. I'll leave it to you then. So you found me after all. By the way, have you found Kana yet? Not yet. Kana loves the breeze, so she might be hiding somewhere high up. I've been meaning to say this for a while. You've got a crush on Kana, don't you? How'd you know? I mean, no, that's not what I meant. Don't be shy. I think you two would be cute together. Really? You think Kana and I would be good together? Looks away. Totally. See, even Wise agrees. Kana would never like me. I mean, she's always had her eyes on Shinya. Oh, Shinya was a friend of ours from the sanatorium. But some stuff happened, so he passed away. But some stuff happened and he passed away. I see, so you feel like you could never measure up to someone who's gone. Of course not. It's just Shinya, he got hurt because of me. I don't have it in me to be as brave as him. I didn't even have the guts to fight back. Sounds like your friend did something really amazing. Yeah, he did, but I can't talk about the details. That's alright, I understand. Sounds like everyone at the sanatorium is really close with each other. People like us could disappear from this world without warning at any given minute. And this illness, the longer you stay in the sanatorium, the older you get, the more likely it is your illness gets to you. We've had friends who are fine one day and gone the next. So yeah, we're all close because every meeting, every conversation could be the last. Honestly, sometimes I wonder if is it really worth all this effort just to keep living? It is. Harumasa looked at Ryosuke with a serious expression, his golden eyes steady and profound, as if filled with untold stories within their depths. It was as if he wasn't just looking at the person in front of him, but also glimpsing fragments of his own past as well. because I want to believe that everything is worth it. So until our final moments arrive, don't give up, alright? I got it. By the way, could you help me talk to Kana? She's been really upset for what happened to Shinya. I'm scared she might do something reckless. Don't worry, we'll talk to her. Did Kana get lost or something? We need to find her fast. Let's split up and search. She couldn't have gone far. Okay. Where to? I've got a hunch. Let's check near the lighthouse. That's exactly what I was thinking, because other than that cargo container house right here, there's really nowhere else. By the way, kind of wouldn't mind living in something like this. I don't know why. I just like the industrial recycledness of it. There's like a similar structured house near my neck of the woods that's kind of like this. Did you want to go up the lighthouse? There's no sign of her around here either. Think she snuck up to the lighthouse? Let's go check. Wait, isn't this area off limits? Did you forget? I'm an executive officer after all. At times like this, you just need to have to trust me. Come on, let's head up the lighthouse. It's been so long since I've seen a view like this. And take a good long look. After all, the view's not going anywhere. Do you know about her illness? Of course. I also know about Shinya. Your friends are really worried about you. They want you to keep on living. I wish all of us could be cured, but they never wanted us to get together. So what? What? They don't want you to get better. So what? That's what they want. It's got nothing to do with you. The only thing you need to consider is, what do you want? Tell me, if we're destined from birth to live only a brief, painful life, what's the point of trying so hard to live? Oof, that's a pretty heavy question. For me, though, it's because I want to believe that something good will happen. Like you, I spent most of my childhood in a hospital room because of my condition. But now, at least, I can stand in a place where I can feel the wind. Okay, so Harumasa does have a medical condition that causes him to be frailer in certain ways, but I am also convinced he uses his sick leave privileges to sneak off to be doing what he's been doing. But now at least I can stand in a place where I can feel the wind. Harumasa turns toward the sea, letting the gentle breeze lift his yellow headband. In the distance, seagulls cry as they fly by, and the sunlight shimmers golden across the water, but the brightest of lights sparkle in his eyes. A lot of archers don't like the wind because it messes with their aim. But I love it. It gives me this sense of freedom. I didn't expect you to be such a poet. I was thinking I'd get a snarkier answer. Oh, come on. I'm always super gentle to you kids. He's got a sharp tongue, definitely. Well, you have a point, but I've always only been sharp-tongued with the people who deserve it. You're so close. Which is only natural. Wise is the best partner I could ask for. After all, I'd be totally lost without him. Anyway, back on topic. This is your life, Kana. You have to decide what you're living for. But if you really want to live anymore, well... But if you really don't want to live anymore, well, there's nothing much I can say. Hey, don't say that. Come on, I'm just being honest. Don't you guys ever get tired of people shouting, "Stay strong," and "You've got to keep going," like they're selling some self-help course? It gets annoying, right? Yeah, hearing that can feel like salt in the wound. But no matter what, being a survivor in your own heart is better than just being a victim, right? Even Shinya, I bet he never saw himself as just a victim. He must have chosen his path to protect someone precious to him. Just then, Tsubaki and Ryosuke show up. Kana, there you are. Are you okay? I'm fine. I just wanted to take in the view a bit longer, to remember it better. Well, you should have said so. Easy peasy. Since everyone's here, let's take a group photo. A photo will preserve this moment. I'll take the picture. Sure thing, best leave this photo taking to the pro. Oh, I couldn't do this with frickin'... I couldn't do this with Evelyn and Ellen and the girls. No. They robbed me of that. Instead, they give me this one. The photos you take are great as always, Wise. Wow, they look great. Let me see, or did the wind mess up my hair? I don't think so. Looks pretty good to me. Really? Connor, you think I look good? Stop twisting Connor's word to suit yourself like that. Thanks for the photo. I really like them. I like them too. Don't mention it. So what do we do next? We still have plenty of time. There's only one task ahead of us. To enjoy ourselves here. Wow, the scenery here is amazing. The sea breeze, so refreshing. Exactly, I don't know why, but it feels like the whole world has suddenly quieted down. I could stay here all day. Ha, well, better not. You might catch a cold. It's okay to have one day like this sometimes. Depends on who you're talking about. For you, it shouldn't be a problem. But for people like us, we need to be more careful. By the way, this place is a great photo spot. Leave it to me. I'll leave it to you then. Tsubaki, over here. Say cheese. Whoa, I'm not ready yet. I see, the middleman outsourced this task to you. What? You don't have something against Bang Boo, do you? We completed the mission perfectly, you know. Of course not, just a little surprise, that's all. Don't worry, since you completed the mission, you'll get what's owed. Mr. Harumasa, would you like to take a group photo together? Coming. Alright, let's leave it at that for now. Goodbye, friends. Are you talking to the Bang Boo? Nope, just to myself. They're calling us over for a photo. Let's go. Not the best photo angle. I don't like it, but whatever. You spend the day strolling, having fun, and enjoying each other's company. By evening, you gather again near the fast food stand. Oh, well, this is different. Biker chick there, passed out guy there. Bang Boos and motorcycles and a little firing kid there. seagull scavenging right there. Tsubaki, let's go to the restroom. Ryosuke should come too. That isn't appropriate, is it? Just do as I say. Kana dragged Tsubaki and Ryosuke away. They're probably going to discuss whether they should trust us or not. You really got a knack for intel gathering. I am a Section 6 elite after all. But, you know, I feel like I can see a bit of my past self in them. Especially Kana's question. I've asked myself that many times before. Sadly, this is something no one else can give you an answer to. Treat it as if you've spent time with your past self, then. Heh, now who's the sweet talker here, eh? Just then, Harumasa seems to hesitate to say something, and at that moment a familiar voice suddenly comes from not far away. It's Seth and his colleagues. I see familiar faces. Let's go check it out. Uh-oh.
Wait, you mean the drugs we seized are linked to a big case from years ago?
That's what people are saying. Apparently it's a case from way back when. There was this researcher who invented an enhancing serum that could boost ether aptitude significantly in an instant. Even though it had nasty side effects and was totally illegal, it still caught the eye of some groups. But that's not even the wildest part. Do you know how the drug is made? They make it from living beings.
Oh my god, it's Philosopher's Stone all over again.
Living beings? Like animals? Or do you mean live ethereals?
You can't even imagine. They make it from live human tissue.
What?
Live human tissue?
Okay, we're going full Resident Evil.
It's from patients with a special disease. We saw one, remember? The kid who turned into an ethereal right before us? I think it was called Ether Aptitude Regression Syndrome. It's a terminal illness. Most patients die before reaching adulthood, and the longer they live, the more dangerous it gets. They rarely make it past their 20s.
I wonder if that's what Harumasa suffers from. But he's conquered it.
The gist of it is, because of this disease, their tissue can be used to create the wonder drug that boosts ether aptitude.
What wonder drug? This is straight up illegal. And using live people to make it? Do they even see them as humans?
I mean, just ask the crazy scientists who made Ambi and her sisters. Clearly they do not.
Well, it's definitely very risky for the patients. It could worsen their illness, maybe even kill them. But to be honest, if they could reduce the side effects, I'd be up for trying it.
Probably not on your life, buddy.
Considering we have to go into the hollows regularly, even the best of us can run into danger. If we had a drug like this, we'd feel a lot safer.
I mean, he's not entirely wrong. If you could have something that boosts ether aptitude and not getting corrupted, yeah, there's benefits. It's just how it's being made is definitely not ethical from how it sounds. Especially with how the kids are acting.
But isn't that unethical? Yeah, we might be safer. But what about the patients? They deserve to live a good life too.
You make a good point.
It's a small price to pay. Since the disease is terminal, just like your colleague pointed out, maybe using them to make drugs that help others isn't such a bad idea.
Provided it's voluntary, of course.
Making the world a better place often means sacrifices. Between patients who won't live long and promising officers like you, the choice is obvious. Looking at the big picture from New Eridu's standpoint, these patients are just necessary sacrifices we have to make.
Asaba Harumasa! As an executive officer at Section 6, how could you say that? No one deserves to be a sacrifice! We all swore an oath when we graduated from the academy. No matter where we end up, public security or HSO, we pledged to serve and protect all civilians equally. Not to judge them as more or less valuable. You can't weigh one life over another. If you really believe that, you shouldn't be wearing that uniform.
Damn, he went into full Captain Picard rant mode right there.
Hey, Seth, calm down. Harumasa probably didn't mean it that way.
Interesting. I never thought a man like your brother could have a sibling like you.
Huh? What's my brother got to do with this?
Nothing. Just thinking out loud. Seth Lowell.
What? You want to fight? I'm not afraid of you!
You're an honest man. You're going to make an excellent public security officer.
Huh?
Well, that's a roundabout way of complimenting somebody.
Oh, and just to clarify, the drug's made from spinal fluid, not body tissue. It has to be extracted directly from the back of the neck while the patient is still alive.
That explains the cords attached to Harumasa's spine in the video cover. That's showing the process right there. It happened to him.
Well then, I'll leave you officers to your work.
I mean, it's kind of like organ donating, right? Provided it's ethical and voluntary. It's like, it's one thing to be like, hey, I'm doomed, but I can donate my remains to help people in the future, as opposed to, you know, being kidnapped and unethically mistreated and having your parts recycled for spare parts and you're left out in the gutter, like what happened to that one, like what happened to what was her name, the other Ambi clone, Twinkie or whatever her name was. Not sure about what's going on. You walk away with Harumasa. From a distance, you hear Seth's confused voice asking for his partner's opinion. He appears to suspect that Harumasa was making fun of him.
What was that all about? Things escalated pretty fast. You're not mad, are you?
No. I was just curious how other authorities think about the drug. That's all.
Yeah, because remember in the Ambi Soldier Zero story, that one other clone was heavily mistreated and torn apart. And unfortunately, it's not too fictional in that is something that does happen in the real world. Especially with certain unscrupulous governments.
No. I was just curious how other authorities think about the drug. That's all. By the way, what's your take on this drug?
The production of this drug is unethical. What kind of civilized society would use living people to make medicine? Just like Seth said, no one should be a sacrifice.
No one should be a sacrifice, huh? I see.
Harumasa looks like he has something to say, but remains silent in the end.
The kids are probably done talking. Let's go check on them. What do you want to drink? It's on me. Excuse me, can I get a bitter gourd juice first?
Bitter gourd juice? That's a unique choice.
You might be surprised, but bitterness can actually taste pretty good once you're used to it.
Well, coffee exists for that reason.
When you've had to take as many meds as I have, for as long as I have, you start to appreciate the flavor.
Everyone orders their drinks. An awkward silence settles in until Tsubaki, Kana, and Ryosuke exchange looks.
Relax. You can trust me. Not just because I'm from HSO. I've also got some unfinished business with Kirishima.
It was Kirishima who killed Shinya. And others, too. A lot of kids at the sanatorium have died because of him.
I knew it, so it is what I suspected. Master is framed when the apprentice was the one who was committing the atrocities.
He's doing experiments on you, isn't he?
You knew?
Just a guess. I didn't see any puncture marks on your necks. He must have told you to cover them up.
Yeah, Kirishima has been using us, taking our spinal fluid to make that ether aptitude booster drug.
And then Shinya ran away into the nearest hollow looking for help, which, well, maybe he went in there knowing that he'd transform and he wouldn't get anyone hurt. And then we happened to be there, and it was just like, okay, I could let somebody know before I go poof into an HP Lovecraft monster.
The whole sanatorium is just one big human experiment lab, but he tells everyone it's a charity to help us. Shinya died because of him. The whole sanatorium is just one big human experiment lab, but he tells everyone it's a charity to help us. Shinya died because of him.
I went to go look at a comment on an earlier video and I got distracted.
Shinya wasn't even that sick. He had the mildest symptoms among us. But Kirishima... he injected Shinya with the drug he developed himself. Just because he wanted to collect data on the side effects. Fully aware it's deadly to people like us.
Even though his drug is an unfinished product, the side effects are still too much for patients with ether aptitude regression syndrome.
Shinya took my place. I was the one who was supposed to get injected.
Brave kid.
I know people at public security. Let's go and report this case immediately.
We can't. He warned us that the other kids at the sanatorium are his hostages. And if we do anything, they'll die.
How's your condition right now?
Not great. I probably don't have much time left.
Don't say things like that, Kana. We're all gonna be okay.
I'm not just saying that, Tsubaki. I've made up my mind. Next time, when it's your turn to extract the spinal fluid, just use mine. He won't care whose it is, as long as it works. At the very least, I want to do something meaningful before my time is up.
No! You should rest more because your condition's worsened. I'm doing okay right now. They can have my spinal fluid.
As the kids try to volunteer for each other, Harumasa stands up, signaling them to stop talking. You then notice Kirishima approaching. Uh-oh.
There you all are. I've been looking everywhere.
Look who's here. What took you so long? I thought you'd forgotten about these kids.
I would never. The guy I sent to meet you must have dozed off in the car. He wasn't picking up my calls.
Sounds like he's burnt out from working too hard. You should watch out for that. Labor disputes are not fun.
You're right. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for taking care of the kids today. It's getting late. I'll take them back now.
You exchange looks with Harumasa, who ever so slightly shakes his head. All you can do is watch Kirishima take the kids and leave. So we gotta go rescue them.
Don't worry. I've talked to the kids and slipped GPS trackers and mics on them.
Harumasa hands you a small earpiece. Moments later, Kirishima's scolding comes through.
You didn't say anything you shouldn't have today, did you?
No! We didn't say anything!
Good. Remember, you're just my living medical supplies. Anyone who dares disobey me will be joining Shinya soon. I could use someone to test the side effects of the latest patch.
I hope those mics are recording all of that, because that is evidence that'll implicate him toot sweet. Through the earpiece, Kirishima's threats continue with the kids' shaky, suppressed sobs in the background. After a while, Harumasa sets down the earpiece.
This guy is pure evil. We've got to stop him.
He'll use the recordings as evidence, and I'm going to track down the exact coordinates of the sanatorium.
Good, he recorded them.
But like Kana said, there are other kids there. We can't risk alerting him. Otherwise, knowing what he's like, he'll probably kill them all and cover everything up. As for the spinal fluid, I'll figure something out.
What's wrong? Are you okay?
I'm fine. Just a bit worn out today. Let's head back first.
Whoa, afternoon tea! Thank you, Master.
Remember, Harumasa, what do we do before snack time?
So that's the master, and he's wearing the yellow headband that Harumasa wears. So that's where it came from.
I know. It's time for that. I need to get the shot in my neck first.
That's right. And don't forget your daily medicine. These are all necessary things to help you get better.
So Harumasa was basically patient zero in trying to, find a cure for this disease.
Don't worry, Master. I'm not afraid of pain or medicine. But the medicine, it's bitter like the black coffee that you always drink.
Good boy. You're going to get better soon.
Then, if I keep being a good boy, will I get a prize?
What did you have in mind?
I want your headband. With that, I'll be as good as you. Every shot from my bow will be a bullseye.
The headband isn't what does that. Very well. But you have to keep being a good boy, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You've been awfully quiet. How are you feeling? Are you okay?
Sorry, I got distracted. Anyway, back to what we were saying. I've been dodging this topic, but someone as sharp as you probably figured it out already. I'm just like those kids. I have ether aptitude regression syndrome.
I knew it. Patient zero. But whatever, but he's clearly, conquered the disease, or at the very least resisted it to make it to proper adulthood. So whatever the doctor did, it worked. But then you have Kirishima doing his Shao Tucker shenanigans, and it's, not good.
This disease affects different parts of the body for different people. For me, it's mainly my lungs and heart.
So that's why he's lethargic. Heart condition, it affects the heart, which prevents circulation, and affects the lungs, which means he can't take in as much oxygen as most people would. So, yeah, it's not that he's lazy, it's that his body is just lethargic to the degree that he can't do as much as other people do. He can't do as many things as people can in terms of being active, but he does his best. But he's clearly using it also as a bit of a crutch to be a goofball too.
As you can see, it's also caused my chronic condition.
Are you going to be okay?
Don't worry, my condition is mild. I'm not gonna die that easily. You know what they say. The bad guys always live the longest.
Don't say that about yourself. You're not a bad guy.
Back when I was first diagnosed, my parents took me to the best hospital in the city. They told me they'd get some food for me while we waited, but they never came back. I was too little to even speak properly then, but even if I knew where home was, there was no going back. After that, Master took me in. He taught me a lot of things, like how to draw a bow, how to wield a blade, and how to survive in this world with this body of mine. He said he wanted to cure me, so every day, I took lots of meds and got injections in the back of my neck. It wasn't until much later I realized they weren't giving me shots, but extracting materials from me to make the booster drug. The choker I wear is actually to cover the scars on my neck. But hey, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? Oops, I've said more than I should. But that's all in the past now. I don't care anymore.
But I care.
You don't have to look so sad. But thank you. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. I think I know what Kirishima is after. He said he wants to help me find Master, but what he really wants is the research data and drug samples my master left behind. But now that it's come to this, I have no choice but to confront him. Not just for my master, but for the sake of those kids, too. When the time comes, I'll be counting on your guidance, partner.
Didn't expect Harumasa to have a backstory like that. So all those times he was slacking off or taking sick leave, it was actually because of health issues, not just an excuse. That seems to be the case. I thought he was just a natural slacker. Now I feel bad about it. But let's wait for his message. Okay, so that just leaves part 3. Well, I would like to do part 3 to go along with 1 and 2, but unfortunately, I started playing way too late, or rather, it either that or just went on longer than I thought it would. And I'm getting text messaged from Madre from the other end of the hall asking when I'm going to start wrapping it up. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to call it off here. and continue tomorrow morning. And we'll wrap it up there. So yeah, that'll do it for tonight with the Harumasa stuff, Name Written in Water, parts 1 and 2. When I come back, we'll do part 3. And maybe we'll take a couple characters out on a couple of dates or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. So that'll do it for now. When we come back, we'll finish off the rest of the sad story of Harumasa. So be back tomorrow.